Dangerous Dawgs Show live! Hosted by Dangerous Doug and Doug the Rock Dog! Let the dogs out!
Welcome to the Dangerous Dawgs Show live right here on Facebook and YouTube Live. I'd like to welcome our guest, Rod from Crowjack, and also a big old shout out to Dangerous Doug. And hopefully we get a little surprise from Mystical Misty a little bit later in the show. But how you doing, Rod? What's up?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Oh, it's a Saturday. Well, to most it's Saturday. To me, it's like another Monday. But
Oh, boy. Yeah.
But we're just happy to be here to finally get to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah, we've been doing business for a while. You guys play us all the time and stuff, and it's nice to finally see you guys.
Right. So, for listeners discovering Crowjack for the first time, how would you describe the band's sound and the world that Crowjack exists in? Exactly, buddy.
I would think alternative-ish, maybe.
Okay.
On the heavier side of that.
Be right back.
If you listen to Crowjack closely, you'll hear different influences that I guess we incorporated maybe into the songs and stuff. I
always thought that Crowjack just had its own unique sound. I couldn't really place you with any certain band. You're just Crowjack. You're your own identity.
Well, that's what when we're writing a song, it's we call it Crowjack. I mean, it's got to be Crowjacky.
Right.
We've all been influenced from all walks of life and music and stuff. We're all a little bit older, been doing it forever. So yeah, there's a little bit of everything in there, and I guess then it's got, like I say, it's Crowjacky.
So exactly, where did the name Crowjack come from?
Oh, actually, a guitar player, Mick Huff. He somehow came up with it. And, I mean, it's been that was back in the 90s.
Oh wow!
In the late 90s that Crowjack started.
Wow.
That's when we did the first record. So yeah, I can't remember how the name came, but it just like really stuck, and I feel Crowjack. I can feel it.
Right.
So it is a one of a kind thing, I think.
So what is one thing that people would be surprised to learn about Crowjack?
There's a long story behind us.
Well, good. That's what we're here for.
We love the stories.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the beginning. We started. You had a couple guys, Chad Getman and Johnny Matasic, and we were up in the basement. We decided enough covers. It was time to do some original music. So anyhow, we just it was bass guitar player, drummer, and myself, and we just kind of roughed out. I don't know. I want to say 6 or 7 songs. Really, really, really rough. You know what I mean? And then we kind of petered out. And then I had the rough stuff, so I went ahead and moved on, and brought in some big guns and a producer, and we redid the whole, all the songs. I guess it just turned them into songs, because it was pretty rough. And that's when we did the first record. So we had Mickey Huff on guitar, we had Frank Aristo on drums, John Wagner played bass guitar. He also produces and engineers Crowjack, and he always has. He's done all 3 records. So anyhow, we did a record like that, and we had a little bit of success. Then I had some health problems. So that kind of put that held us up for a while. Once we got back on board, we did the record in 2006, the EP, with Jacob Slatter and stuff on it. So we this one we wrote. I wrote most of it myself. I shouldn't say that because we brought Mickey up in. He beefed up the guitars. I mean, like I say, I'm I could put a little melody together. Those guys take over and do the real thing with the guitars and stuff.
Wow.
And Wags, John on bass guitar, they were awesome. So same guys from the first record we used for the EP. Then the third record, believe it or not, Chad Getman, myself, and Johnny Matassi got together again and wrote probably 6 or 8 new songs, and it was going to be new Crowjack. And unfortunately, we lost Chad, the bass guitar player. He passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
And so Johnny, he did some drum tracks, but again, I found myself, alone doing Crowjack. So, and John and I did it this time, just John Wagner, the producer, bass guitar player. He also did most of the guitar work on that third record, Ruin Speak, which brings us up to date. I think we finished that in 22, launched it right around then, and so I've been really just working the radio stations since then, and that's been keeping me busy a little bit, and did well.
Right.
We've done real well with it.
Right.
A lot of internet stations, we get played on quite a bit. They take care of us real well.
Well, we try to, you take care of us real well with helping with those shares and stuff. We appreciate that.
Well, yeah, you got to do it. I gotta make you big in order for you to make me big.
Yeah, we appreciate. Never fails. Any one of us post something, I can see it was shared by Rod. We really appreciate you helping us get the word out, because we've got a nice little network, a little family here, and we all root for each other. So
yeah, it's like it's a team effort.
That's right.
So what's good for you guys is good for us. So we have the same interests.
Yep.
It's always fun to have buddies and take care of each other.
I found out about you guys from Rock Dog here, and the first time I don't even remember which song it was I heard first. I was like, oh yeah, because you guys are different. You fit into really no category. Like we were talking off, before we went live. Crowjack is its own vibe,
identity. I think it's weird. It just to us it's like we've been together since most of the crew that are involved in Crowjack have been involved since the beginning, which is, like I say, back in the 90s. So what's that, 30 years or something?
Yeah.
Getting close, I guess, or whatever. So.
Yeah, I know one of my favorites from you is Jacob's Ladder. Can you tell us more about the writing behind that song?
Yeah, actually, I tell you that those 3 songs on the EP, I had just got divorced, and I had this laid out apartment in Stowe, Ohio, nice place, and worked, But anyhow, I learned, I wrote those songs with an acoustic guitar a friend of mine gave me, and it was a crazy time, because I just gotten divorced, so life was changing.
Right.
I had just lost a good friend, Ty Longley. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ty Longley.
Oh yeah, he was the guitarist for Great White.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
In the
Yeah,
Fire.
so
Yep.
He played in my band, Naked Alibi. We had a cover band, so he was with us a couple of years through that cover band. One of the phases, I want to say there's three different stages of that band. But anyhow, Ty was in one of them, so he played with us for a couple of years. But he had just passed away, just got a divorce, so I was in kind of a dark place, that it was a bit weird. And that's when I wrote the Jacob's Ladder and the Dark Carnival and the Promised Land.
I remember
I
actually meeting Ty. They had played at a venue in Vegas back in the day when I lived there, and what a great guy! And he was an up and coming. That dude was
he's
seriously a badass guitarist.
I tell you, he came to us. It was, I want to say, the second version of Naked Alibi cover band. and we were looking for a guitar player and drummer, lead guitar player and drummer. So we ran an ad, and this kid, Ty called me up and said, "Yeah, I got a drummer, buddy. I'll bring him down. We'll try him out." But I didn't realize, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. So anyhow, Ty shows up at my house. I said, "Well, here, we rehearse in Alliance. He's in Pennsylvania, and so we're not far apart from each other. But I said, here, you come to my house, and then we'll drive from there to Alliance, to the studio, to the rehearsal studio." So he got to my house, and probably in my 30s at that time, maybe. I don't know exactly. I can't remember what year it was. But anyhow, I look at here's a young kid. I could tell he looked like he was still in high school, which he was. 17 years old, he was a senior in high school. And I said, "Oh, man," I said, "I don't even think I can get you in the bars so you could play, But I said, "You guys came all this way, so we're going to go jam anyhow." And thank God that I did, because as soon as he put his guitar on, as soon as he strapped in, it was like, oh my goodness, this kid's a superstar. And he's 17 years old. So anyhow, I told him, "Well, yeah, I'll get you in to play the bars." So, because he was that good. Yeah. And so I said, his mom made us promise that he would graduate high school. So, he could play out, but he had to still graduate high school.
Right.
So, and he did. Ty was just wonderful guy, great guitar player.
When you begin writing a song, what usually comes first? The riff, the lyrics, the emotion, or an idea you want to explore?
For myself, as being the vocalist and stuff, lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm constantly doing lyrics. See, I tell you, when I write a song, by the time it gets recorded, the lyrics have been rewritten and written and written and rewritten and written and written and rewritten. Until it's just that perfect, to where you get it, and it tells you it's done. So there's a process to that.
Right.
And so I would say, the lyrics mostly. And then, once you have a vocal melody going, the guitars have a way of wrapping around that.
Right.
Which is giving you that Crowjack-y feel. I feel.
So She's Evil, was that through the divorce as well, or?
No, that was off the third record, and that was just recently. Well, I guess recently in the last 5 years. 22, we finished that record.
Right.
So that was a brand new one, and it started off a totally different song, total different lyrics.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. It was, like I say, these songs, the Crowjack songs, they seem to evolve.
Right.
Like I say, from a really rough tape, and then you just start. Maybe this rough might take you this direction. And you record along the way, and before you know it, it evolves into a song.
Oh, wow.
And then it dictates to you where to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if you follow that road, there'll be a time when you say, "Yeah, that's it."
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right on. So some of your song titles, like Mission Mind Control, Dark Carnival, and Exit Babylon, have a very cinematic feel. Where do you draw inspiration when creating these themes?
I guess we're, what's the word I'm looking for? Rebels.
Yes.
So I guess that's it.
Right on. Doug, you got some questions, buddy?
I do. This is something I like to ask any artist I meet, no matter what genre. What, if you could only name one person, band, what inspired you to want to write and sing?
Well, yeah, I started singing right after high school. As soon as I got out of high school, I got into the cover bands, and I did cover bands for quite a while. Hey, I don't know, 10, 15 years anyhow. And there just, it came time where I guess that was just, it seemed like a next step. That's what you do, Uh, you go out and do the cover stuff and learn about doing shows and music itself. You do all those cover tunes. You develop influences, and then once you got everything full up there, and then we take off into the original thing, which is what we did. We just thought it was time that.
Is there one artist from when you were young that you said, I want to do what that guy does, or I want to do what they do?
Well, there was a bunch of them, but I think my some heavy influences on me were Bowie, Alice Cooper, Pink Floyd. In the 70s and 80s, there were hundreds of bands, thousands of bands that were big time, great bands. Foreigner, Journey, ELO. I mean, you could just go on and on and on, Black Sabbath. So I was lucky to have all that influence cover when I was doing the cover stuff, and then like to get into the original stuff. Then that's when your influences, they point you. I guess I don't know how else to put it.
Good stuff. Thanks for answering that. That's like my one question. I like to see how it all started for a person,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I did cover stuff all those years, and like I say, it just got to be time to do the originals, and then we did that ever since. So yeah, we did 3 records. We would like to have done more, but financial wise, stuff to do records. It's even though we do them ourselves, we do quite a bit of it. I mean, there's a lot of expenses. You got to pay these musos that I talk about so highly. They don't do it for free.
Right.
So this is why I say it's Crowjack is my band. I foot the bill. I use the same guys, but they're well worthy. They get paid for it, and they're just the best guys.
That's why we advocate so much for the listeners, the fans, the friends. Best way to support bands is buy their stuff.
Yeah, you got to buy the records.
Yeah.
And it's here it's impossible to sell a record these days.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. I mean, you got to be a supersonic superstar to sell a record. So your bands like Crowjack and all of us, we're not making I mean, there's these labels. There's no labels left. There's nothing. You can't sell records because, I suppose because of the internet. Now you can just click on and see anybody anytime. So you don't have to buy the records. The FM radio is gone. You got your XM now. But just back through the years, you had your labels. There's a protocol. Labels took a lot, but they gained you a lot too. I mean, they gave you exposure. You're selling records back then.
Yeah.
But now there's nothing left for the labels to.
I think the problem came with streaming. I mean, now everything's at the touch of your fingers, and you know you don't have to go out and buy the album to hear what the other songs are. You just go and go to Spotify or YouTube or something, and boop, there it is. And back in the day, we would buy the album just so we would hear the one song on the radio, but we went and bought the album so we could hear the other songs on the album, because otherwise you wouldn't hear the other songs.
Yeah, and you wanted the album because you that if you got a good stereo system that the old vinyl.
Oh yeah,
they got the warmth,
Yeah,
that sound,
I think that's real music there. When you hear it from a vinyl, you're listening to the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's just real. I call it like a warmth.
Yep.
And where you just don't get digital. Although, I don't want to take it away from the digital stuff that's going on because, I'm getting Crowjack has been heard in in every state, definitely for sure, and a lot of different countries and stuff, and I could have never got that
Right.
exposure, back in the days when the labels had
Yeah.
everything wrapped up,
Yeah.
because they were pushing their bands. If you weren't signed with them, you weren't gonna.
Yeah, that's
I mean, there's only so many labels when you got a million bands too. So your chances were,
Yep.
slim back then too. But if you did do anything, if you did take off back then, you could make money.
Yeah.
And now it's all in touring
Yeah.
money, I guess, and selling merchandise and stuff. So.
I know big bands are having a hard time today. So
Oh, yeah.
it's not just independent. It's everybody. Everybody's having a really rough time.
Yeah, I mean the tours are hit and miss, and I'm watching all these. I mean, all the big boys.
Yep.
They're scheduling tours, and then they'll either do a few shows and do okay and make it through the tour, or a lot of them are they're canceling the tours due to the ticket sales. So
yeah,
I mean there are bands out there they're tearing it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's hit and miss.
Yeah, it's very few in between.
Yeah.
The whole climate for live music changed with COVID. We still haven't fully recovered yet.
Yeah.
Well, between that and just how crazy the world is today, I mean, come on, you can't even go grocery shopping without getting shot at today.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I'm an older cat, so I grew up in the 70s and 80s when we hit the bars every night. We played the bars hard,
Yeah.
I mean, we played out 4 to 5 nights a week and still had full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And hell, we play anywhere within 2 hours of the place,
Right.
And any day. So, it was crazy back then. But you could maybe, the clubs were full. And now, like you say, it's too crazy, the people shooting at each other and everything else. You can't, who knows if you're safe at the clubs.
Right.
So
what is something about being an independent musician that fans probably don't see behind the scenes?
Normalness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've lived a normal life. But always,
what's normal?
Well,
we don't know what normal is.
I was married, I don't know, 18 years or something, got 2 wonderful kids, worked hard, I always had a full-time job. The normal thing that people have to do,
Right.
But then on top of it, I always had the bands, too, so.
Right.
So I guess that's probably why I'm in the shape I'm in, because I burned the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
All my life,
So if you could send one Crowjack song back in time to your younger self, which song would it be and why?
Wow. It might be Jacob's Ladder or Dark Carnival. Actually, it's hard for me to pick because I'm a Crowjack fan. I like it.
Right. I understand.
I've listened. I mean, I guess I've listened to those songs at least 60 million times a piece, and I still enjoy listening to them.
Right.
I enjoy hearing when you guys play them, so it's cool. That's a good feeling.
So what advice would you give to a new band that is just starting out and trying to find their own identity?
I'll be right
Well,
back.
it's a rough business. It's a rough thing to do, and it's just like anything else. You get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah.
You can bust your ass and you can get a lot out of it, but it's not real feasible.
Mm-hmm.
So just have an alternate route as far as making a living. I mean, if you're gonna do the music, you're gonna have to do both.
Yeah.
Because the music is just not gonna pay for. It's not gonna pay the rent.
No. Sounds like doing internet radio too.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys are in the same boat. You know, back in the day, the DJs all got paid.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't get paid really great, but I mean, they got paid decent.
Well, when internet radio first started from 95 to 99, we got paid.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, internet radio, you actually got paid because we had the sponsors. There was no YouTube. There was no Spotify. We were brand new. We were the new concept. So we were picking in corporate sponsors left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And then when YouTube and Spotify and all that came in, well, there went all our sponsors. And now it's, you know.
Yeah, it's a shame because as much as we like to do this, there comes a point in time when you're spending too much money on a hobby that you're enjoying. Even though you love it, I mean, I've spent, those records were, we did them ourselves, and they were still 15 to 30,000 a record. You know, and it's just it's a lot of money.
And someone's asked me, and because August 1st makes 31 years that I've created the road for internet radio, and they said, "Well, how much have you spent?" I've said I've spent between $250,000 and $500,000.
Oh
yeah, $500,000 easy to do what I do over the 31 years. I said, so yeah, I've created tons of albums professionally with that type of money, but I do it because, the whole reason I did it was back then the only way on radio was FM. FM was tied, as you said earlier, was tied by all the labels. So the independents didn't get a shot. So I said, well, let's create computers are new. Let's see what we can do here to create a radio station, radio stuff online. And, oh man, was that hell. We had those AOL discs that you had to load up, and then you only got an hour, and it took all day for the the internet to actually load, and you might have got 30 minutes to go on air. That's the whole radio station.
I always enjoy the stories of how you had to figure out how to piece this stuff together from tapes, crazy. And because technology has caught up, but when you were like one of the pioneers of this, how the hell did you guys even do this?
Just a lot of drinking and a lot of, okay, does this work? Nope, that don't work. Okay, let's try this one.
I tell you, my producer John, he's been right there with you guys with the internet and computers and stuff. Myself, I'm the non-techie one in the band. Wags, who is also one of my longtime best friends. Dude, over the years we played in bands together, did all kinds of crazy shit together. But he's that computer guy, and he's been out there all along. He says the same thing. He said it was great back then.
It was a lot of fun.
He liked it with what was the first computer that came out? Nintendo or
a Tandem. Wasn't Tandem's the first one?
Well, he went through all those stages,
Yeah.
He's always been up on it, you know what I mean? So,
right.
So that's all he does.
So Doug, you got some more questions?
Yes, I wanted to specifically ask about, because through this whole conversation, I remembered that Dark Carnival was my first song by Crowjack that I heard. I got to know what's behind that, because it is exactly what the title says.
Well, I tell you, the song itself, the way we wrote it, is I started off with the acoustic guitar and come up with some lyrics, a little bit of a melody and a little bit of a chorus melody, and we brought Wags in, and he recorded it, and then so we had a scratch track, my vocals and just a little bit of guitar melody, and then by this time Mickey Huff, he played on the first record. He moved to California, or he'd been in LA. So John, my producer, engineer, he took what we had, went to Cali, met up with Mick, and they did for 2 days, took guitar licks from Mick, and then he brought him back here, and then we took it from there and put together Dark Carnival with the guitar lifts, and just the circus feel, just led us to the Dark Carnival. And
Love that
it's
one.
funny because we worked all together when we wrote this or recorded it. And they recorded guitar tracks in Cali. They did. We recorded stuff ourselves. We had 8-track and stuff back then. And so yeah, John took what the scratch tracks we had, and I went out and met Mickey again and got the guitar tracks there, and then brought it back and produced the song into Dark Carnival. And Jacob's Ladder was the same way, Promised Land also.
So any talks with you and the guys of putting together a live show at some point?
We would love to, and we're all getting older, so but that was the main objective of that was always our dream, was to do the shows with Crowjack. It was, I'm a live type person. I like to do live shows and stuff, and so it just sometimes it's not feasible for original band. So we would if the situation presented itself to where there was, where we could get paid, and it didn't cost us money,
Oh, obviously.
So,
like you said earlier, you are the bank of Crowjack. So
Yeah. But the guys, they're old now. They're not old, but they're wise and stuff. You can't do this. We understand that you could just only do so much before you gotta because we're crazy musicians. We love this shit. You could invest your whole life savings in it, and never get anything back out of it. So you have to stop. You have to limit yourself, so you can take care of business and have a home, and you got, like I say, you got to pay the rent.
yeah, you got bills to pay, so you got to be smart.
Yeah, and that's the tough thing. Like I say, we would love to. I would just love, because that was the main thing. We wanted to do some shows with Crowjack, and we have all along. And unfortunately, it's never happened. So, and now we're all getting old. So, who knows? I would still. I would love to, if a situation presented itself. But just to put the whole show together, to do a couple clubs, I couldn't see us doing something like that. If it was something big, where they're just those situations are just not realistic anymore.
Man.
It's a band like Crowjack, no name band. It sure would be great to snag up with somebody big and go on tour and actually get paid for make back in the old days. Everybody made good money, but it's not feasible. So even like I say, these we were talking earlier about the bigger bands. It's hit and miss with everybody.
Yeah.
So you just can't, and we're not as. I'm not in the financial position to do much more than I could now.
I understand that.
Yeah, we all get that.
Yeah, you guys are going through the same stuff, for sure.
So what is in the near future for Crowjack? What you got going on?
I'll tell you, I've been, Mickey and I have been talking again. He's back. He's not in California now. He just moved to New York.
Wow.
And he was hinting to me the other day that he was doing some riffs on his guitar, and he thought they were Crowjacky. You know, we spoke about that earlier, that Crowjacky thing, you know. So he was asking me about getting a hold of John, where he was at, and so I gave him his phone number. John is a producer, engineer, bass guitar player. So he's always been with Crowjack. He's done all 3 records with us. So anyhow, it's the possibilities are there. We got the right crew, and
Right.
that's who we would want to do it, of course, if we're going to do something. So, and you always, I write stuff all the time, and you get thoughts in your heads and little riffs here and little jingles and jangles there and stuff, and you write the stuff down. So yeah, everybody's got a lot of stuff. So, anything could happen. But like I said, I think again, I hate to keep going back to it. It would to do a full length for sure. We would have to have a label or somebody. To be honest, who knows about an EP? Because we're all getting itchy to do something. So that we could probably afford. So who knows? I mean, who knows?
Well, I know the Wild Dawgs family would certainly love to hear some new stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
And say, I think we played just about everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've been on this ride since the last record came out in 22.
Yeah.
I threw the other 2 records out there with them.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden here, we got 20 good Crowjack songs in flying. So it's taken a good, 2-3 years. It's been
Right.
on all over the radio stations with this stuff.
I really dug that cover for Mellow Yellow. I thought that was a pretty cool cover.
Yeah. I tell you, they just if we were to do an EP, I probably shouldn't throw this out there, but we always stuck with Donovan's doing his covers. We did the Mellow Yellow, and then we did what's the one off the new record? I'm brain fart. I can't think of the name of it. The cover song.
I'm gonna say I don't remember either.
I can't think of it right now. Too many gummies today.
Try to help them out.
Too many gummies, and you didn't even bring with you? Oh my goodness, that's it. This interview's over with. Mystical Misty, welcome. How you doing?
Good.
Hey,
I was out there making some cash.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm
good
glad
for you.
somebody was. I hope you're having good luck.
Yeah. Got some,
Awesome.
a few rides.
Awesome. You got any questions or anything you'd like to add in?
Well, I missed part of the interview, so I'd hate to ask a question a second time.
I can tell you what we didn't ask him yet.
Oh,
that?
That's your question.
Hey, Season of the Witch. It came to me.
Season of the Witch is a cover?
Yeah, that's a Donovan cover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I never knew that. I just learned something new today.
Yeah, that's a Donovan cover, and like I say,
Great
I was saying, we've always wanted to do Hurdy Gurdy,
Okay.
so that could be, if we was to do another EP, that might be one of the songs that would be on it. So,
That'd be interesting to hear.
yeah, we've done 2 Donovan covers so far. So yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know that was a cover.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
I
you're ready, we know of a good promotions company to help get your stuff
yeah.
out there.
I wonder who that could be.
I don't know. Some guy in Indiana, I heard.
Yeah. You're doing pretty good with that.
Thank you. I try.
But
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's it called? Vlad. Do you know Vlad?
Yeah, Vlad's really cool.
That's who got Crowjack started.
Okay. Yeah.
I got some friends, Mob Child. Do you know Mob? Have you ever heard of Mob Child?
Yeah.
Well, Mike's a real close friend of mine.
Okay.
He's been around Crowjack. He's never played in Crowjack, but he's been around Crowjack ever since the beginning.
Right.
So we go back all those years. He's from Mockchild. Anyhow, he hooked me up with Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad's a great guy. I've known
Vlad
him
got us-
since, oh, wow, like 2018, 17, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so he did us. We did he sent out a promotion. I think we paid him for about a year,
Yeah.
and then we said, we just kept going with it from there. But yeah, Vlad,
Yeah.
he's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine. Get along
Yeah.
real well. I still always follow his. I follow all his bands.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right, Misty.
Here you go.
I won't try to interrupt you this time.
Oh, sorry about that.
My lips are sealed.
Well, I guess my infamous question is, what is your favorite candy bar?
Woohoo!
Here
Yay!
it comes.
Reese cup. I would say a Reese cup.
Exactly. See?
Yep.
People like it.
That's why I tell people he's only dangerous around cheesecake, but if it's a Reese's cheesecake, he might kill a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Cheesecake.
Someone gonna get hurt.
Cheesecake is another good one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Remember
that-
those old commercials? You got your chocolate in my peanut butter. No, you got peanut butter on my chocolate.
And you
Sounds
old.
kinky.
That may have been before your time.
I was gonna say
I remember
you're
that one.
showing your age on that.
You bet I am.
So where can everybody go to find about Crowjack?
We got our Facebook site's the only one that I run, and they can buy our records on iTunes, Amazon, and buy the downloads.
Right on.
We're on all platforms. But the best way to hear Crowjack is tune in to Wild Dawgs Radio.
Fantastic. I love that answer.
So,
We're not worthy.
You're right.
Do you guys have a physical product out there?
it's a damn shame because I got a few hundred copies of the latest record, Ruin Speak, and I could get those still reprinted if I needed them. And so if anybody wanted a hard copy of that. Now the first two records I have, I've got a few copies of them, and those are all that exist that I know of. The rest of them have all been distributed to wherever they went. In both records, I think the first record we went through 3,000 of them, or ... We all fall down. EP, we went through 3,000 of them, and we got a couple hundred left.
Wow.
For the new record. But again, I'm down on the first two. I'm down to there's just a couple records for myself that I couldn't part with.
Right.
But we do have the masters for all that stuff, so we could, if we thought about doing a greatest hits thing at one time, and then maybe adding a couple songs to it, new songs for bonus
That'd be
tracks.
cool.
So that might be something that could happen in the future too, because it's not
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
we-
great idea to me.
we have all the masters, so we can do that. Everything, so we have it on a thumb drive, so we can do it digitally now. Not that we like that as well, but that's just the way it is now.
Well,
So,
my
and we're
oh,
good
go
at
ahead.
it, so
No, I'm
we're-
sorry. Go ahead.
My guy's good at it, John Wags. He's real good with the digital stuff, and we still use good gear when we record. We got good mics and good converters, so that's the key. But yeah, that's something that could happen, I guess.
Okay, well, my final question of tonight, or today, here I'm thinking it's tonight. My final question of today is we're always about supporting other artists. So who would you suggest that we should interview next?
Did you guys do Scully yet?
We did a little bit of Scully, but we haven't done a full interview yet.
Yeah, get him on. He's good.
Oh,
Scully
yeah.
likes to talk.
The guy from
Yes.
PMAD. Guy from PMAD
Yeah.
is real good. You know what I mean? PMAD.
Oh, I know PMAD, yeah.
Oh, I would love to meet PMAD.
Yeah.
I've listened to his stuff, listened to his show.
Hey, I love his
He
stuff's
sounds like a
great.
great guy.
Yeah.
The
I love his accent.
Mm-hmm.
The Sickos band. They're out in California. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, have you?
Who's that?
The
The
Sickos?
Sickos?
Yeah,
Sickos.
Sickos.
Well, that sounds familiar to me.
And say, I think we have aired them, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I might have requested him at one time. You might
I
have.
think so.
I think you did.
Yeah, they're pretty cool dudes. So
We'll have to
they'd be
check
fun- they would
into
be
them.
fun to- They would be fun to interview.
Right on. Thank you.
How about let me think of who's the band from Pittsburgh? Something 9.
That's Silk 9.
Nope.
Nope. I know who he's talking about. It's just been a
This
long
song,
time.
Like the back of the back by you. They just did maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Kind of
Order
a
of
song.
9. Order of 9.
Order of 9. Yeah.
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 That guy'd probably be cool to get on.
Yeah.
I like it. I like his band.
Yeah.
They're awesome. And yeah, there's a lot of good bands. You know, and I've kind of got to know, not gotten to know them, but I kind of got to know most of these bands. We played on the same radio stations all the time.
Right.
So it seems like there's like a bunch of us that are, that go through all the radio stations.
Right.
So we get to know them all. But you guys would know them all too.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you know what I'm saying. Like Scully, he's pretty cool. We've spoke a few times.
Yep. He's a talker.
Florida. Yeah, he's all right.
He's
Nice
just
guy
got a
too.
lot of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we could tell stories all day. Crazy lifestyles we lived. In
And that's what we like hearing, too.
in this business. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like say too much fun because now we got to pay for it in our old age with the COPD and all this crap.
Yeah.
Put too many miles on, I guess.
Well, it was fun back in the day.
But
Oh, yeah,
at
man,
least
I'd do it.
least you can say you lived.
Oh yeah, I would do it again. Yeah, I definitely would do it again if I had it all to do over again. I mean, I had so much fun. I had great memories. Met great people. Like I'm saying, Ty, he was just a wonderful person to know, and I'm just so glad to have spent time with him because he just a wonderful person. So, and there was many of them, many guitar players, and
Just
bandmates,
earlier when
reviewers.
you brought up his name earlier in the interview, I'm like, oh, what a guy. But it's so tragic. He was, like I said,
yeah,
I
I
got to
can
meet
tell
him
you.
once in Vegas, and he
I-
was just, I don't even think he was 20 then.
I can tell you
When
guys.
he was with Great White, he was what, 20, 21 maybe?
Oh yeah, he was 17 when he started with Naked Alibi, and I
Wow.
think by the time he was maybe 19, he got out of Naked Alibi, and he right from then he started playing with some hot shots. He must have got picked up, got a manager that must have picked him up, because he played with she was some pop chick. They were real good. I don't follow pop, so I can't remember who she would be. But he played with her for a while, went on tour with her, a couple tours, and then ended up, at a young age. I think he might have been a little older than. He was in his 20s, maybe late 20s, when he passed away.
Wow.
I want to say, yeah, because he'd done a little bit between different big time stuff between Naked Alibi and Great White. But yeah, just a wonderful, wonderful person. Just
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have known him. So, and I mean, I could tell you some stories, but you can't snitch on a guy like that.
Right,
You
no.
can't snitch.
Some stories you just can't tell.
You got
No,
to keep that to yourself sometime. Let it be a special memory you have of somebody.
Yeah. I mean, he was a wonderful dude. He never, I told you his mom wanted him to graduate. And he never had no problem. He didn't drink or smoke dope or do anything crazy like the rest of us. He was pretty grounded. Right. He had different girlfriends and stuff though. I can remember. That was cute, funny. I mean, my daughter. My daughter's now is 40 years old, Nina, and he was her first crush, and that was when she was probably, I don't know, she had to be in her 3 or 4 years old, 5 years old maybe, somewhere in there. But that's when Ty came in and started playing for Naked Alibi, and she was just infatuated by him. He would come over and she would just stare at him. She was just young, young. It's funny though, funny stories.
All right, Doug, anything else tonight, or we heading on out of here?
Well, I'll just say this. Again, we appreciate that you support what we do so much. We can't post anything without you sharing it, and we really appreciate the support from you. It makes us want to give back even more to what you guys do. Independent artists as a whole, we've got to do our part to get you guys out there, and we appreciate you.
The bands, we have to do our part to keep you guys on top, because you guys are going to be our spokesman. You guys are the ones, if you think about it, back in the old days, you had Kid Leo, we were talking about the syndicated DJs and everything, how it was tough to get in back then. I forget what I was going to forget it. Damn gummies. So, yeah, anyhow.
I could see it. Crowjack gummies.
I guess the DJs, they made the bands. You know what I mean? I mean, Kid Leo and those guys, they made a lot of superstars out of a lot of bands. Rush.
Whoa!
In Cleveland. From the radio
Now the gummies are kicking in, and I didn't even eat one.
I see that. That's funny.
I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool.
Pretty slick.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. It's just a blue background with some black paw prints back there. Y'all didn't share those gummies with me is what's going on. Well, I want to thank you, Rod, for being a part of the show today. Thank you for sharing your stories. We appreciate you so much. Dangerous Doug, Mystical Misty, it's always a blast with you too. Thanks to Carrie and Alicia and everybody out there. And
thank you guys for having us, and it was awesome.
In case you missed it live, this will be on YouTube, and of course you can always find it on the Wild Dogs Facebook page. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Peace.